A huge list of Nintendo games is leaked, so let's dive in and find out what Nintendo games have been leaked.
Block content.
What's happening, my blocked buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. And everyone's been sending me these messages that apparently a whole lot of Nintendo Switch information has leaked out. And a lot of this is remakes, a lot of this is games that are on the horizon, some of which we've actually rumored about for a very long time, and some of which is brand new information. And so many trades are reporting this right now, so many different websites are talking about this, then it is kind of feeling a lot more real than, of course, we've expected before, reading something like this. You always read, big Nintendo leaks are coming and stuff like that. And of course, you look at it with sort of a side eye because, these happen a lot throughout the year. But now, because a lot more people are talking about this and because a lot of websites are actually, putting the news out there, there is a lot more to discuss here with the games that we're talking about within this entire leak. Because usually these things contain a lot of dreams, possibilities that don't really seem all that possible. But for this specific leak for Nintendo Directs, they actually include a lot of information that I feel is very, very likely to happen. It's stuff that we've heard that was rumored for the E3 of this year and sort of like left over. It's some of the information that we've actually heard other reports about, like the Donkey Kong 2D game. So I would really think that it bears, looking at the information, kind of following it, because it feels like this is one of those leaks situations where it actually grows and expands within the next couple of weeks, right? This is, posted by Marco Maro, who of course also does a whole lot of Nintendo reporting and even, gets into trouble sometimes. So if you have any specific leaks or information that you really want us to talk about, different topics, please send over an email to us at Blocked Content. You can do that through blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I hope to see your messages and talk about them live here on the show. So let's dive into all the leak information, and I just first want to dive through all of, what is leaked over here. So this is a post from 4chan. It was posted by Anonymous, but they actually link a video. So you can also check out that video. The source is in the description, and it says, "Huge leaks. Nintendo won." And it has a picture saying Nintendo Direct 2 Boogaloo, which essentially just means, it's a fun way of saying this is the sequel. There was a thread about this, and now this is, following up on that because it's at capacity and we need to continue this conversation. So Nintendo won, and of course this is the source for the original thread and our video here. And I've checked out the video, and it essentially talks about all that Marco Maro stuff, right? That just, some information that guy tweets out. So the big rundown here, the games that we're talking about are Donkey Kong New 2D Adventure, then Donkey Kong 3D made by the Odyssey team, Oracle of Ages Seasons Remake that includes the cancelled third game, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD ports, possible Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask Nintendo 64 on Nintendo Online, Metroid Prime Collection, further expanded from the trilogy Wii HD, then Paper Mario Remake, then new Rhythm Heaven, followed by Pikmin 4, and then next Kirby 3D RPG adventure game. Then 1 to 2 Platinum Games ports, followed by Detective Pikachu 2, and a Let's Go sequel. So Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Then ending it off with a possible Punch-Out Wii sequel. We finna eat, senpai. We won again. Snowy's mad. So let's dive into these specific games, because yes, Marco Maro, has always sort of, thrown out information. Take this with a grain of salt like any big leak, right? But this information is quite fun to dive into, because if I'm being honest, it does feel like a lot of these things are waiting in the wing. If you look at some of the remakes and remasters, it feels like there is a possibility of some of this actually coming to fruition. So let's talk about Donkey Kong's new 2D adventure. Yes, there were a lot of reports about a game like this, that it's actually going to happen. I feel like, yeah, that franchise of course needs to continue. We've had Tropical Freeze for a little while now. It's been ported, and I feel like it would be incredible to know what the future is of that franchise. What is it going to be looking like? Is it still going to be retro? Is another company going to be picking all of that up? And in what way? How will it look? What will be the storyline? We've of course heard, I think yesterday we reported on some sort of Donkey Kong culture shock game. Will it be themed to something new? Will we finally get King K. Rool and the Kremlins back? What is going to be the reason for us traveling, with Donkey Kong in that 2D era? Now, something that I think is really special is the Donkey Kong 3D made by the Odyssey team. So, by Nintendo's flagship first-party developer team. And I would absolutely love this. The idea of getting some sort of sequel to Donkey Kong 64. I feel like that would fit extremely well. It would not only just look cool, because I think that if you develop from the ground up a game for the Nintendo Switch, I think games like Donkey Kong Jungle Beat already looked incredible, and that was way back in the GameCube era, right? So if you're going to do a brand new Donkey Kong 3D game that isn't 2.5D like that game, but very similar to Donkey Kong 64, I think that's going to make a lot of people really happy. And if we get to explore, if we get to have a game that feels like a 3D platformer but has a brand new moveset with Donkey Kong, and maybe doesn't even feel like Donkey Kong 64 at all, but like a brand new thing, something that they can really develop themselves. So we might be getting a big 3D Donkey Kong adventure. I think that would be something I would be very much in for. It's been way too long since we've had Donkey Kong 64. I still remember it because of course I grew up with a game like that. I really want that. Now, Oracles of Ages and Seasons, that makes sense to me as well. I think that those are games that, are ripe for getting a big remake, because those games are really special. The way that they work together also I think is really fun. And if it got sort of a brand new art style that isn't, Link's Awakening, and is just something, again, very new that Nintendo develops, I kind of want to see what it would look like, if it's not an arts and crafts kind of thing or clay or whatever, but maybe just a new art style, right? Something that maybe breathes a little bit more. Then, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD ports, I would actually get them for Switch. I didn't get all of that for the Wii U originally. I actually got Wind Waker, which I think was incredible in terms of the makeover, even though some of the parts, didn't really fit all that well next to the original GameCube stuff. I think the fixes that they added were just incredibly cool. So I might actually get Twilight Princess HD if it comes to Nintendo Switch, because I didn't play it on the Wii U. So yes, having Metroid Prime Collection, getting another step closer to, completing everything before Metroid Prime 4 launches, I think is a great idea. Now, a Paper Mario remake, you guys know, back in the days, we used to actually do Paper Mario Color Splash, breakdowns here on the channel, which I always thought was super fun, and that's kind of how I found my original, very young audience here on the channel. So getting more Paper Mario content wouldn't just be funny, just in case of all of that, but also I am in love with the Paper Mario franchise. I think Paper Mario 64 is one of the best RPGs ever made, and getting it, in that Origami King kind of style would actually be really cool. Now, new Rhythm Heaven game, I really hope that for the fans. Pikmin 4 would also really be interested in finding out, what is new about the game, what group of, explorers are we going to follow. A big Kirby 3D RPG game is something that I'm looking forward to as well, because I want that franchise guys to have that brand new explosion of creativity that Zelda and Mario also had. Now 1 to 2 Platinum game ports, yes, bring it over, and then Detective Pikachu 2, getting a sequel and now not being a 3DS game but going straight to the Switch. That would be awesome. Let's Go sequel, yeah, we've heard something about like Pichu and Togepi. I think that would be a fun sort of new way to experience that, and I think the Let's Go series could actually be its own thing, right? I think that the games weren't terrible. People just were thinking, wait, is this the first console Pokemon game and whatever? They kind of dropped a ball on that angle, but yeah, I think that it could be a really cool sort of like spin-off series for Pokemon. Possible Punch-Out Wii sequel, now that is making me really excited. With the Joy-Con, it does really make sense to play sort of a Punch-Out type of game, and I really wanted a sequel to that game because it was just so well polished. So I'm generally really curious what you guys think about all the news of today and all those specific leaks. Let me know in the comments down below, and we will actually discuss them in the video. So today's comment question is, do you actually believe this leak? So let me know. As for a previous comment question winner, our answer comes to us from our user, Dangerous Army Guy, saying, at the top of my own list is none other than the father of first-person shooters, the Doomslayer himself. Plus, it'll be extremely fitting since Sephiroth killed Galeem, and now we got yet another demon, Devil Kazuya. And sorry, but Sora is too tied to Disney to ever have a chance of appearing in Smash Brothers. And with the Activision controversy, here's more unlikely now, sadly. And Master Chief is pure Microsoft, unlike Doomslayer appearing on Nintendo before Classic Doom. Don't know why people keep saying it will be Sora or Chief, but those guys are setting themselves up for a lot of disappointment, I feel. Well, Dangerous Army Guy, thank you so much. I kind of think that, you know, I really want Master Chief in the game, so I really want all of that to happen. But yeah, if it's going to be a toss-up between Doomslayer and Master Chief, I think Doomslayer would make a little bit more sense in just, you know, the history of everything, but Master Chief, I think, is the easier get, because I think the partnership with Microsoft has been incredible so far. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and you can also, of course, always send me a lot of love through Patreon. You can actually donate to this channel and become a part of it, so you actually get to decide what video we make next. Go to patreon.com/blockedcontent, and of course you can subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and you'll get all the content that you desire, and I'll see you guys around the corner where there's always more blocked content. See ya.